Hello and welcome to 15-Minute Gamer. My name is Tony and this is a special video looking at some of the best game recorders on the PC. It's mainly from my personal experience. I do miss out some of them because I haven't touched them, so I can't comment on them, but I have included a little bit of information about them. And this is just a way to give you an idea of what some of the screen recorders are out there. If you want to get involved in YouTube, if you want to maybe upgrade your screen recorder or whatever, just so you can record more gameplay, different gameplay. And these are some of the ideas, because when I was looking for a new one, I found it very hard to get new ideas and independent kind of reviews and views and stuff like that. So I'm going to take you from the first one I used to the one I use now, what I liked, what I didn't like, how it works, that sort of thing, and then look at some of the competitors as well. And then hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to make up your mind and go, yeah, that one is for me. Just remember my opinion and do some research before you buy. So first up we have Screencast-o-matic. God, this brings back some memories. It's free to try but limited 15 minutes and watermarked. It's £15 per year or £29 for 3 years for a single user. Screencast-o-matic, let's look at the words on the website. Over 30,000 recordings made every day. Educators, businesses, gamers, anyone needing a fast recording app to create a video file, share on YouTube, or even upload to a custom branded site hosted by us is what the website promises. And this is where I started my YouTube career on this program. I recorded my first ever video on it. It was Prison Architect. Oh my god, that was about 3 years ago and I sound terrible. It's a very simple software to use. It's quite a lot of features, to be fair. It's got an editor built in as well, which is really handy for editing your videos quickly on the fly. It's not particularly useful, but it'll do basic things like cutting and trimming and that sort of thing. The only thing with this one is kind of you got to pay per year or per 3 years or whatever, you know. You kind of want to pay just for the license. It's had a lot of upgrades since I last used it, you know, a long time ago, but it's got lots of features and it's definitely worth checking out. Head on to the website, link in the description. The reason I stopped using this one was just because it let me down once or twice. It crashed a few times. The video quality wasn't great, and when I was recording the mic it didn't sound particularly good, that sort of thing, so I kind of just stopped using it after a while. However, I must admit, looking back on it now, it actually looks pretty good. There's some really good tutorials on there. The website's really good. And, you know, it was definitely up there in the running when I was looking for a new one. So I think it's worth checking out. Next up, we have Fraps. It's free to try, but limited to 30-second clips. And it's watermarked. To buy, £27 for life. However, badly, it is just not supported anymore. Last updated, 2013. So Fraps, let's have a look at the words on the website. Fraps is a universal Windows application which uses DirectEdit and OpenGLX graphic technology. It can do benchmarking, screen capture, and real-time video capture software. The problem with this, as I said, it hasn't been updated since 2013. And on Windows 10, it just doesn't work very well at all. It's a very simple program. It works really well. I enjoyed this and used this for such a long time. And then as soon as I upgraded to Windows 10, it started missing games out. It wasn't recording them. Sound wasn't recording properly. It was stopping halfway through. It was crashing. It was just a nightmare. If you're using an old computer, maybe check it out. But now it's just totally not worth it. It had some good features, like it picked up your default microphone. You could hide the cursor. You could do frame rates. It was easy to set up. The video files were rather on the large side, and there was kind of no way to change that. You could do a half size, but it didn't look that good. You know, it had FPS counters on, overlay counters, everything you could want, but it's just not supported anymore, guys. £27, there's just so much better out there. And the free version, 30 seconds, what good is that for anyone? So I had a lot of fun with Fraps, but yeah, I wouldn't use that now. So next up is our free one. It's OBS or OBS. I never understand what way to say it. It's a free and open source software for video recording and live streaming is basically how it is. It's totally and utterly free to use. Now I think OBS or OBS, I'm going to call it OBS, is just loads of people use it. It is a pretty good tool, to be fair, and for free you cannot go wrong. However, me and it just never got on for recording. It just would never work. I don't know why. For live streaming, I would use nothing less. This is great for live streaming. I still use it now. I don't live stream very often, but as soon as I'm going to, this is what I use. It's so easy to set up. Really works well with YouTube. Integrates pretty well and everything like that. But for recording, I just don't know what's wrong. It's got mixers. You can capture different windows, different scenes. You can mix them in. It's got loads of sound options. It's got so many options. I do find it a little bit overly complex. Like a lot of open source stuff, they tend to just be a little bit more complex than anything else. But every time I was trying to record, it wasn't picking up the screen, it wasn't picking up the volume, it wasn't picking up this. It would just go blank. I had to keep restarting programs. There's just so many different options on it, and I think that's its problem for me. I just want something where I press a button and it works. I just want to record my software. As I said, for live streaming, nothing better. And for free, if you can get set up and working, you can't go wrong as well. It's a really good program for that. It just didn't work for me. I'm not sure why. I'm getting old and can't bother learn how to use these stuff. The video shadow play is completely free. You need a NVIDIA card though. That's expensive. So yes, in the video Shadow Player, let's head on the website and read the words. Record and capture your greatest game moments. Shadow Player is the easiest way to record and share high quality gameplay videos, screenshots and live stream with your friends. You can instant replay and record, it's like DVR feature. It'll even record when you kill somebody on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. How awesome is that? It links into all the stream services, all the YouTube, that sort of thing. And this big kit is great. It worked for such a long time, probably about 6-7 months or maybe even a year, and I never had any problems with it. It was great. It's so easy to use. One click of a button, Alt F9 on my key, and it's recording. It optimizes your games for you as well. So you do is click on your game and it'll put all your settings in as well from your stats on your computer. Again, such a good feature as well for the optimization, built-in screenshots, mic recording, that sort of thing. There's not much in the way of options. Options are very limited on this. Like literally settings are, do you want to do this or this? There's no setting up mics or anything like this. And this is where I ran into problems. So the first problem that came about on Shadowplay was that it stopped recording my mic properly. My mic was recording, but it was very crackly and broken and making weird noises, and that was really annoying. So I had to start using a different program, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And then it stopped recording video from certain games. They was just blank. And then 2 weeks ago, I bought a new game and I was trying to play it, and it wouldn't record the sound from the game. Like, it was just like there was no sound coming out. I could hear the sound, but it wasn't working on the game either. So for me, NVIDIA was just causing too many problems. I was getting sick of it. I was having to record mic and sound separately for some unknown reason. There was an update on NVIDIA and Windows 10 on the same day, and it kind of just, I don't know what it did. It also updates constantly. Like every time you log on, there'll be a huge update to do. It is so irritating. I can't even get my words out how irritating it is. All the time, you have to stop your first couple of minutes of gameplay just to update this bloody software constantly. And updating it is what stopped it working in the first place. However, it's such a great piece of kit. If you have an NVIDIA card and you want some free recording software, it's free to download, really easy to do. It optimizes your games and records. What more could you want? If it works, such a great bit of kit. So I'm just going to take a few moments to talk about Audacity. This was what I was running alongside Shadowplay. This recorded my voice. This bit of software is fantastic for recording your voice, be it a podcast, be it some narration, be it alongside your recording software because you want to look at the levels of your voice before putting it on, which I've all been there where I've had the game volume on too loud and you can't hear a thing I say. It's so easy to use. You just basically click one button. You can record sound from video files, anything on here. It's a really good bit of kit. I think just download it. It is a lot of fun. Easy to clip the files together, look through files. You can zoom in, you can slow them down. You can do everything. The audio aspect of it is just really good. So yeah, even though it's not screen recording, and I'm going a little bit off topic, I just think it's worth a mention that this sort of thing exists and how useful it can be to yourself. Marilla's Action! Exclamation mark. It's free to try for 30 days, or home use £27.48, lifetime commercial use £41.94 for a lifetime, or £29.99 on Steam. So let's head to the website and look at the words. Action Screen Recorder Overview. It's the most popular screen recorder and gameplay recording software. It records streaming and real-time recording of Windows desktop in superb HD. You can record and stream your gameplay, web player videos, whatever. In its user-friendly green screen mode, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot on there. Go and head to the website. It's about 30 points. This is the one I decided on. When Shadowplay kept breaking, I was like, I need some new software. I looked on the internet. I checked around things. I'd done everything. And I was like, oh, everyone's got a different opinion. There's people who are getting paid, obviously, by these companies to give good reviews, that sort of thing. I was like, oh my God. So when I weighed it all up, this is the one I picked. And it is a fantastic bit of software. Review is on my channel now. I will put a link in the description. It is easy to use. It's fantastic. It's feature rich. It looks great, it works great, it does exactly what I need some software to do. It's the best I've ever used by far. I just absolutely love it. I think it's great. As I said, check the review out. It hands down beats any of the rest I've used. It just is. It records my mic. I was having sound issues with Shadowplay. Remember I was saying it wasn't recording the game sound. This sorted it out within 2 seconds. Literally, I selected WAV from the audio file recording area and it did it as well. It lets me know how long my videos have been going on for, which is what I always struggle with. So many of my videos on 15 minutes, as we know. So this has helped me keep the videos down a little bit, and you know, it's just such a great bit of kit. A little bit on the pricey side if you want a commercial use, but get it on Steam, $29.99, and I believe in the sale last time it was down to about 15 quid. I think it was a massive reduction. So, you know, just maybe wait for the sale if you want to upgrade, but I can highly recommend this recording software. It is just fantastic. I've not found much wrong with it so far. A lot of the reviews on Steam are positive. Some say it crashes, that sort of thing. I've not come across any of this, so I can't comment. I've just had so much fun with it. Just remember to change the video format from AVI to MP4, because AVI is bloody ridiculous, like 40 gig for half an hour video. Also, another great feature which is on screen now, it links into your Android device and you can start recording from your phone and keep an eye on stats, that sort of thing. That's just a great feature and it's free to download. So yeah, this is the one I went for. It is really good. I can highly recommend it. That's not to say there aren't more options, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So now the best of the rest. So we have Bandicam, which is free but limited to 10 minutes and watermarked all lifetime £32. We have DX Story, which is 3,800 Japanese yen, or about £27, or XSplit, which is totally and utterly free, unless you want to go professional. So these are the three I was considering on top of Action, so the Bandicam, DX Story and XSplit. I discounted XSplit pretty quickly because I have tried using it before for streaming and it was just terrible. It was so slow, clunky. My videos were running, it's, you know, terrible FPS. It just wasn't very good, so I discounted that straight away. But the other two I did have a good look at and I was very tempted with both. So I've just put a few screenshots in here. So first we're going to have a little look at DX Story. It's a very simple bit of kit by the look of it. I couldn't find many screenshots on it. With being £27 wasn't bad value. It seems to be very linked into recording like Fraps does, using the OpenGL and stuff. And it did look like a nice piece of easy kit to use. So yeah, XSplit, totally not free, but however it did let me down the path. It seems to have had a lot of updates. It looks really sharp. It looks good. It seems to have a lot of the same features as Action, but with being totally nutty free. So I think it's definitely worth having a look if you're in for the free market side of things. A lot of YouTubers and streamers use it, so it can't be that bad. And finally, we'll look at Bandicam. This was a very close second to Action. I considered it a lot. You know, look at the screenshots, reviews. It has lots of good reviews and stuff like that. The only thing that kind of put me off is I've seen so many people use this as unregistered with the stupid Bandicam logo in the top corner. And that's kind of what made me decision. I was like, I'm not too sure. I've seen a lot of low quality videos using this. It looks like a very good piece of kit. It looks very user friendly. It has a lot of features and plugins. It's probably definitely up there and well worth checking out. It's going to be one of them things, whatever is your personal preference. So there we have it. There's my thoughts on the best game recorders on the PC from what I've used, and a bit of the history of which ones I've used. Anyway, some really good ones on there. You know, there's a lot to think of if you're in this sort of market. You know, Action for me is just really good, but that's not to say things like Bandicam and XSplit and that sort of thing aren't as good. just for me, it's going to be personal preference. Action seemed to do everything I wanted as well. A lot of the free ones are pretty good as well. If you want some basic record and that sort of things, and mix in with OBS or OBS is a really good piece of kit as well, because it can stream as well. So there's a lot on there. I hope I've been useful, informative, and you've taken something from this video. And comment below if you've got your suggestions or what you use to record your gameplay, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.